Well, I'm very excited to talk to you about your book, Hidden Memories. I mean, wow. Walk us through. This is a pretty amazing topic. I mean, when did you start going through this and then decide to put this into a book, you know?
Yeah, so most of my life, I define myself according to my monetary success. So I was just focused on making money, growing businesses, building businesses, but deeply unhappy my entire life. And let's just say that there were all the signs were there, but I just never paid attention because there is not enough education about mental health. So
Absolutely.
I was deeply unhappy. I felt completely disconnected from myself and from the people around me. I mean, in my adult life, I will look at my hand and I will try to count if I even had five people I loved. And I even question if I love my mother. Like that level of complete disconnection from my own emotions. And just the lack of abilities to connect with people in general, whether in friendships or in romantic relationships or intimacy. So let's just say that my life like spiraled down really badly for a couple of years, and I reached a level of desperation, really,
Hmm.
where I had tried, self-help books. I had gone to like many dozens of Tony Robbins events, and I drank the Kool-Aid of
Yeah.
self-help that was out there for me. But I never actually went to a psychiatrist, never took prescription medication because in my mind there was like, there was no need for it, right? Like I didn't want to define myself as a person that had a mental problem, in any way. So instead, I internalized those issues as there is something wrong with me. I have no maternal instinct. I am not interested in connecting with people. I just like to be alone. So when those years came to an end, I was faced with a decision: continue to spiral down or actually do something different. And in one of my Tony Robbins events, I had heard some people talk about this place they went to in Costa Rica that really helped them heal their hearts. And they took a plant medicine. So I thought to myself, well, my heart is broken, so I might as well, that's a good place
Nothing
to
to
start.
lose.
It cannot get any worse.
Yeah.
Wrong. So it did get much worse for a short period and then much better, right? Like with anything that requires effort in life. So yeah, so I went down to Costa Rica, and I went to a place that they serve the plant medicine called ayahuasca.
Hmm.
Um, and because I knew myself, I came from such a religious closed background and I was very skeptic myself. I didn't even want to research what ayahuasca was.
Oh,
So
wow.
I just went blind. I went blind, trusting that people I knew had been there and they had a good experience. And
Oh,
yeah, and on my third ayahuasca treatment, my life, as I put it in the book, simultaneously imploded and exploded when I was 36 years old, and I started to recover these hidden memories, memories that my brain, just like it does with so many people, this is so common. My brain had hid memories from trauma so I could survive, right? Like the brain primary function is survival. And if what we go through is difficult enough that our bodies and our psyche cannot process it, it will shut it out so we can continue living. And that's how this story got started.
wow. That is amazing. Yeah, I mean, the reason I know about the ayahuasca because Robin on the Howard Stern show talked about using it. So
Yeah, it's been getting more and more popularity, like Aaron Rodgers and like very
that's
very
right. He did it too. Yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Tyson. Yeah, it's like very very big personalities are starting to talk about it.
You uncovered something that I think what you did something you're 15. I'll let you guys dive into that if you want to talk about it or not.
Yeah, no, so I uncovered 13 years of severe abuse. So my brain actually hid 13 years of my life, which
Wow.
I knew. I don't know if you've met people, and if you haven't met people, you're going to start meeting people because you're paying attention to the fact that a lot of people don't remember their childhood. So I didn't remember my childhood, not good memories, not bad memories. All I
Mhm.
had were just little snippets of memories, and most of the memories were just like family photos I had looked at, and that photo will become a memory. Oh, look, yeah, I was there. So like so many people, I didn't have, my childhood memories. So that was the beginning of the uncovering, was recovering those memories, because as so many people, I also believe I must have had a happy childhood, because we think if something bad happened, I will remember it. And it's the opposite. Is the opposite. The brain hides it. So not having childhood memories is one of the, it's not a definitive, hey, definitive tale for like something bad happened, but it's one of the common kind of like tips that our subconscious is dropping on us, that there is something that happened there. So yeah, so in my trip to Costa Rica, I started to uncover memories of 13 years of very severe abuse that went up until when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So yeah, so and at 15, one of the memories is really harrowing, right? Because it's very sad, but it's also so healing. Recovering that memory in particular was so healing for me, because when I was married before, and my ex-husband had a beautiful, beautiful little boy when we got married, and I was unable to love that child. So we were married for 8 years, and I was physically and emotionally and mentally unable to love him. And I always felt so broken. Like I always felt I had no maternal instinct. It just added another page to my chaotic library of what's wrong with me. So when I was able to recover memories of actually, a very sad episode of my life that involved an unwanted pregnancy and an abortion, then I was able to understand all that residual pain that was hiding inside of me,
Man.
that I was unable to process until I actually knew it happened and I understood its effects on me. And now I have a wonderful relationship with my stepson. So it's just a
Good.
good life. Yeah.
Wow. So you really gotta dive into that deep just to get that, so you can have that relationship with other people. It's a hard journey, but bravo, you know.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a beautiful blessing to be able to dive deep into those hidden memories, and to honestly have the courage to come out on the other side, to follow that path. And then more than for myself, because initially, I was trying to survive myself. Like I was going through these memory recollections, and I was doing therapy and treatments with these different plant medicines. I pretty much moved to retreats around the world for a year, just for my own survival. But
Yeah.
very soon in my journey, this realization hit me that I'm not that unique. I'm not the only person this has happened to.
Oh,
There is
absolutely.
millions of people, if not billions of people right now, that are living under a fog of trauma they cannot remember,
Mhm.
because their brain protected them. So that's how the book was born.
Very cool. Well, in the book, you have practical tools and strategies for people to uncover and address these motions and from the past.
Yes, so correct. So trauma, we all go through some sort of trauma during childhood. Some traumas are like considered more difficult to handle and to get over, and other traumas are what people will call smaller or less serious. But the reality is that the nature of the trauma is not what's important, because as humans, your trauma and my trauma can be very different, and my trauma can be 13 years of abuse, and yours can be 3 years of bullying, or a childhood of neglect. Your parents weren't there, they were working, or like your brother used to beat you up. So but the trauma, the duration, and how you process it is what matters. So the book is written, of course, with the story of my life as a backbone. However, the consequences of trauma of all of us are very similar, and they linger in very similar ways, and they express themselves also in very similar ways in our relationships, in our own lives, in our behaviors. So the book is really inviting people as they read it to see, to mirror their lives against mine, not in the details but in the
Yeah.
feelings and the emotions, and to be able to dig deeper into their own psyche and into their own body and mind, so they can decide if they want to actually put some light, illuminate the corners of their minds, and if they feel that there is more for them to look at.
Very cool. Well, everyone check out Hidden Memories. It's published by Top Talented Publishing. It's available on Amazon, so everyone check it out. Where can people follow your journey going forward on social media?
Yeah, so for now we have the book in Amazon and in Audible. So it's
Oh,
Hidden
cool.
Memories, and you can put, and I narrated in Audible, and it came out really, really heartfelt. I'm very proud of it. They can put Hidden Memories Melissa in either platform, and they can find it. And then they can follow me on my website or my Instagram. My Instagram is Melissa_Osorio remembers. So either my website is also, I don't know if you'll add it there at the end, but in my website I have a newsletter. So, I'm sending out just blog posts and general ideas pulled from the book, and just like to make it so people have more than just the book to read. They actually have some practical day-to-day stuff that they can do.
That's awesome. That's going to change so many lives. So, thank you so much for sharing your story. And I'm looking forward to new stuff down the road for you.
Yeah, thank you.